see lines, and then as we go down, so we're starting at the 101 freeway heading northbound on Reseda Blvd. And there are two designated lanes of traffic. As we come across, still heading northbound, across Oxnard, and see we're in the two designated lanes of traffic. However, now the lane lines have disappeared. Cars are staying in the same lane as when they last recalled.
Both sides.
And you see remnants of striping like here. So here you see the lines are sporadic, where we know that they were so intermittent. See that the lane lines? So something covered them, portions but not other portions. So there's a lot of inconsistency in the lane lines now. And this is typically where we know taking has occurred. And once again, as we cross Kittredge, still heading northbound, the lines disappear again. Those intermittent lines are not consistent with the required striping patterns that we put together. Here we're coming across Van Owen, and now the lane lines reappear. Still heading northbound on Reseda, coming up on Satterpoint. And again, we have a situation where the lane lines were existing, but now as we are going to cross Satterpoint, where there was some recent slurry, you can see that the lane lines are no longer present. There are bicycle lane lines, and there are center lines, but the lane lines are not present on both sides of the street. Turn down Lassen, you can see where this is an area where it was slurried. It looks like it was taped over, judging by the center lines. There are some inconsistencies in the patterns for the lane lines. As far as the spacing of the tracks. And then you look at the center line and you can see back to the way striping is typically done and the spacing of the line. We're on Lassen and we're going to make a left turn onto Balboa, heading northbound on Balboa. Okay, we're going to turn left. Turning left on Balboa, heading northbound from Lassen. So from Lassen, we have a 3-lane road on Balboa. Heading northbound on Balboa, looking at 3 lanes of traffic. As we pass San Jose, the lane lines are missing. You can see the center lines are even chopped off in certain sections of the center lines as well. I'm trying to maintain the path of one of the lanes, but the center lines are completely missing in certain sections, as well as the lane lines. There was, just behind us was a left turn arrow that was partially cut off. Here the crosswalks are missing on the north and south sides of the street. And across the street, again, you can see the center line is missing in patches, as well as the lane lines. And as we cross Chatsworth on Balboa, again heading northbound. So as you can see, the center lines are literally chopped off in certain sections, as well as the lane lines are missing. And then we come into old surface and everything is reestablished. But now we're coming up to another area that the surfacing has been done. And again, the lane lines are missing. It looks like the center line is even white in certain sections. And some of the interior of the center lines have been modified. And again, as far as lining up is a little challenging for most of the motorists. We're a little askew at this point as we stop at San Fernando Mission. Looking ahead as we're going to cross San Fernando Mission, again you can see lane lines are missing. There are inconsistencies in the center lines again, as far as them being cut off or non-continuous. I'm going to attempt to go merge to the left and look at the center lines here. As you can see, they are I'm going to make a U-turn and go back to get a better view of the conditions of some of the lining. So I'm heading southbound on Balboa, and we're going to get a little bit closer up of the center lines. It looks like there was taping over the center line that has yet to be removed. We don't have any lane lines, so it's a little challenging to and even the center lines on the interior of the center lines the lining is missing. And you can see the cutoffs. You can see this left turn arrow, which looks like it had some taping over it that is still remnants are showing. I'm staying towards the center line to give a better view of the conditions of the center lines because we know the lane lines are missing. And there's no interior lining on the center lines. And then here we have a spot where some of the center line is actually wiped. It looks like taping or something is still over it. As we come up ahead, all the lining is from the old surface is okay. But as we pull up to more blacktop, the newer blacktop, you will see a change in the pattern, and the striping is it's not straight. Some of the center line is missing, as you can see along here. There are a couple of floppies that have been placed there. There are no turn arrow markings. As we come across the left here, again, part of the center line is missing, and the left turn arrow on the opposite side of the roadway is actually missing in part. Here you have a situation where you have lane line, a center line kind of on one side and not the other, and then parts of it are missing. Again, we're heading southbound on Balboa. And that gives a good perspective of the conditions of the striping on the street.